Hey you guys, it's your girl Kristen here. I'm a licensed esthetician, an educator, mentor, a YouTuber, and a mom. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and taking the time out of your precious day to watch this. My only aim is to help give you more tips, give you more ways to elevate your business. And so if you subscribe to my channel, I promise you, you won't regret it. You are joining a community of like-minded people who are either estheticians or aspiring estheticians. And we just hit 50,000 subscribers. It's just freaking mind-blowing. I've been sharing with you my real and raw journey as an esthetician for the past 2 years. And I went from working to a spa to being a solo esthetician to now having a small business, working with employees. And I've been just so blessed to be able to meet so many wonderful clients and students throughout my career. Be sure to check out my other resources down below. I offer online courses. I offer an in-person skincare training. Soon I will be offering an online version of that skincare training. So be sure to stay in touch with me. Follow me on Instagram if you're not already. And speaking of Instagram, that is the purpose of this video today. I'm going to be making an Instagram reel, and I wanted to just kind of give you behind the scenes, show you kind of what goes into it, my thought process, because I've had a couple of videos that have gotten over 200,000 views. I have one video that got over 1 million views. So I would say I feel like I'm pretty confident when it comes to making reels, and I'm making this video for you to give you tips on how to make a successful Instagram reel. If any of that interests you, be sure again to grab that pen and paper and come make a reel with me. Hey there, thanks for continuing to watch. So before we get into creating this reel, this is actually the first time I've been back to the studio since I had my surgery. So this is my first time seeing Kristen, so let's say hi to her. Hi! She's got a couple clients today. We were gonna film one together, but I didn't realize that she has a client coming in like 5 minutes, so sadly, everything that I'm going to show you that I do is what we do together too. So we have fun with it. But anyways, just wanted to pop in. Okay, so let me get set up here real quick, and then I'll show you what I do. So I will say sometimes I kind of skip out on the lighting, but when I actually do want to get really good lighting for a reel, I use my Glamcor light, which I haven't set up yet, but I will put it together. It's nice because it provides that really good crisp lighting that I feel like the fluorescents, when these are on in the room, it just makes it look really yellow and not cute. That's why I turn off the fluorescent lights and I just turn on my vanity light, which for those of you who might not have seen it, that's what it looks like. I got those bulbs from Amazon. I'm also going to be using a tripod. What I love about it is that this piece here is for a phone, but it can detach and be used also for a camera. Let's get this, and then clips in like this. There, and that way it's like this. So you can either film like from the front or you can film from the back side, which always the back side of your phone is going to have better quality than the front. And it's also going to make sure it films where it doesn't flip it around. Because if you notice, like sometimes in reels when you film them in the front camera, like signs and things like that are going to be backwards. So if as much as possible you can film on the front camera, do it. But I understand, like, you know, a lot of the times we need to kind of see ourselves and be able to navigate on the front. So, you know, it's not a deal breaker, but that's why, like, I love when I can have Kristen helping me, because then we can have somebody else kind of like looking at the camera and making sure that it looks good. But if you're by yourself, don't worry about it. Just use a front camera. And actually, if you haven't already, make sure you change your phone settings, at least if you have an iPhone. I don't know what it's like for Androids, but go to your settings and you're gonna go to your camera, and then it says record video. And right now I have it set at 4K 60 frames per second. If you guys didn't know that, make sure you put your phone to 4K quality because that's where you're gonna get that really crisp pictures. I will say though, it does take up a lot more space than HD or anything lower than that. That's why I encourage you, if you're gonna get a new phone, to make sure you get the phone that has the biggest amount of space. I know it's an investment, but trust me, like if you're gonna be making content constantly, which I feel like if you're a solo esthetician trying to grow your platforms and possibly do a YouTube channel, you're gonna wanna have a phone that's gonna have the largest amount of space. Let me get my tripod set up and then we'll start making this reel. Be back in a sec. So I set up my Glamcor light, which I have linked also in my Amazon storefront. They do sell these on Amazon. What I also love about it is that it does have a tripod kind of attached to it, and this is what I actually use for my facial video filming, which again, I've made a video about that, so be sure to check out that video so you can see how I film my facial videos. But it's great because it has a phone attachment similar to the one on the tripod. Kind of like meant to clamp your phone. The reason why I don't really use the tripod on the Glamcor is because I like being able to move my phone around really easily, and I purely just use this for lighting because this one is freestanding and I can kind of just move it around as I please, and sometimes I don't want it to be attached to the Glamcor. First things first, let's open up Instagram. I'm gonna kind of take some time right now to see what keeps popping up, because there's certain sounds that will pop up maybe 2 or 3 times in the span of like scrolling through this for about 5 minutes. So for me, if I notice that there's a certain particular sound that is more popular, I'm gonna pay attention to those sounds more than I would like a sound that I only saw once. You know, occasionally like I'll make a reel kind of to my own music or my own mix-up, but if you're trying to grow your page, it's better to use something that's already trending, because then it's gonna pop up in people's feeds more. I'm gonna mute this because I don't want anything to be copyrighted in the video, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna scroll through for a few minutes and just see kind of what's trending right now. And as I'm scrolling through, I'm actually gonna be saving the ones that either I like or that are trending. So the way you do that is, hopefully, let me actually screen share this so that you can see exactly. Okay, so then you're gonna go to the 3 dots at the bottom right and you're gonna press save. And it just saves it to a archive basically in your profile, and you click saved and all of your saved sounds and everything are gonna be in there. You can actually save just the audio if you want to, but I find saving the video with the audio makes more sense to me, because then I can see what video was created with it. But if you already know that you just like that sound, then go ahead and just save it as the audio. But then you can go into all posts and you'll see everything that you've ever saved. And that's how sometimes when I am prepared, I come into the day already just like being able to kind of look at my saved archive, and then I can say, oh, I liked that one, I'm gonna do this reel to that. So, which I wonder if I do have any saved already that could work here. Okay, so I've saved a few that I connected with or that I noticed were coming up more than once. Also, I saved some that I know I could post later on or create reels to later on from footage that I already have. Put content together that you already have to a sound. That's gonna save you so much time. So I know a lot of the service videos that I do, I take little clips throughout the service, so sometimes I even involve my client in these reels. But most of the time I'm just taking little clips throughout services and then I'm kind of mashing them together. You notice that there's a sound that's going with like a treatment or some sort of like transition. Save those and use the footage you already have to sync the sound to. Maybe you don't have time to get done up and stand in front of a camera and film a reel, but since, you know, we took our time today to get ready, pick something that's really short like this that you could easily follow along to. There's this one where the girl said, when you took a break from social media and you're back with fire content. So then it says, she's going, she's back. So I feel like I want to do that. I hope you guys are following along with this. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and comment below maybe any questions that you have. This is how I have the Glamcor set up right by the door, so I'm also getting that natural light in here. I'm gonna lift this down so you guys can see me better. And you want to make sure that the space up here is not too big. You want there to be a little more space down here. Lower that. Here. I'm going to do it here. And also too with Reels, what happens is when you film and then you post it, it kind of shrinks it a little. So give yourself a little more wiggle room when it comes to the angles you're doing. So back it up a little bit. Good lighting, good angle. Okay. So then now I'm gonna put on the timer. And I'm gonna do 10 seconds. If you wanted to adjust how long it records, you can move this back and forth. And that way you can do little clips. But since we're just gonna be doing the whole thing, I'm gonna set it for the whole thing. And you always wanna start before. Actually, that was pretty good. Actually gonna discard that. We'll do a couple more just so we have some options. I really hate the smock. I think I'm gonna raise this up a little so you don't see it. I'm gonna do one more and then I'm done. And then let's go back to where drafts are. So if you go to your Reels, you can click here in drafts and everything that you've filmed and saved is going to be there. So actually I have a couple other Reels that I've already made that I'm going to post. But it's good to just always have Reels kind of in your archive, just ready to go, just in case you just ran out of time or you forgot. I don't know. It's good to just have some on reserve sometimes. So let me show you one that's already like kind of ready to post. So then of course when you go and you write a caption for it, I always start out with something that's going to be eye-grabbing and short and sweet and to the point. And then I always end my captions with some sort of action to it. So if it's about booking an appointment or it's about, you know, following your page or something like that, just give them some sort of action at the end of the post. I think it's helpful too to tag people, like if you're using a product, doing a video with somebody or collaborating with somebody, this is where you can tag people and you can actually invite a collaborator now and it can post to both of your pages. So when me and Kristen make Reels together, it's able to post to her page too, and that way she can get exposure as well. Of course, you want to make sure if you're going to do a collaboration that that person is aware. I've had companies for some reason like tag me as a collaborator and I'm like, I'm not in it, I'm not agreeing to this being on my page. So be sure that you have verbal consent from the person to invite them as a collaborator. If not, then just tag them. So you can do that, and also you can add a location, which I think it's really good to add your city or just wherever you're located. Of course, you want to be safe because, you know, at the end of the day, people can like track you down that way. But being that we are offering services and we're small businesses, we want to make sure people know where we are, because I've had instances where people have booked me and they didn't know where I was. Sometimes people actually go and look at cities and they scroll through, you know, who's who's where, and your page might pop up there, so it doesn't hurt to tag your location. Fundraiser, I've never done that setting. Advanced settings, yeah, I guess if you're doing like any branded content or show captions. Oh, okay, I guess there's like auto-generated captions you could put in there. You can also post it to Facebook, because of course Facebook owns Instagram, so if you want to also post it to your Facebook, that's an easy way to just do both at the same time. And then of course, it's important actually to the cover. You press edit cover here, and you can actually change what your cover is going to be. So say here, let's see, I'm gonna do that, and then you go to your profile grid, and that's how you can see what it's gonna look like on your profile, which I think is extra important. But you can also, I don't know if you guys knew this, you can zoom in and zoom out and kind of like adjust it too. So you wanna make sure it's at least nice and centered. Sometimes I actually like to include the caption in the thumbnail so that people can see like what it's about. But if not, you go back to cover, and you can actually add from camera roll your own custom thumbnail for the reel. So anyways, I'm not ready to post this. I still need to write a caption for it. I'm just gonna press save draft. You can go and click on it and press the three dots on the top right, and either pin to your profile. They added that recently, and then you can remove from your profile grid if you feel like it just doesn't go with like your aesthetic. But I will say, I feel like if it stays on your grid, it's gonna be more seen. Or you can archive it, which I always recommend archiving things over deleting things, because for some reason a long time ago I learned that it affects your algorithm if you delete posts. So just archive it if it's something that you just want to put away forever. You can also turn off commenting, but I feel like what's going to boost your reel more is if people are commenting on it. And I guess you can edit it now. Before you couldn't edit it, but I think now you can edit. Let's see what you can edit. Yeah, I guess you can, so you can edit the caption now. Before you weren't able to, and you can edit the cover. So if you're not happy with the cover, you can still change it. And now you can actually boost reels, which before you could only boost photos and videos. So now you're able to boost reels, and that way it can pop up in people's feeds. You can boost your reel and promote it to a specific audience, either geographically or just generally an audience that you want to attract, which I highly recommend if you are trying to attract more people to your page that are in your area. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that they've made those changes. All right, y'all, I think I have talked your guys' ears off enough already for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really hope that you gained something from it. I know it was nothing fancy. I've watched other videos on YouTube about social media, and I know my video is nothing like as high-tech as those, but if you want to learn more about reels and like more specifics and technical things, there's so many resources on YouTube. Just Google how to make an Instagram reel, and there's so many videos. I know like a lot of students have come to me who are not very tech savvy, and they're like, I don't know how to do this. And then I'm like, guys, there is no excuse for you to not know how to make a reel at this point. There's so many resources out there. And even if you need to just sit for one day and just mess around with the app and just play around with it, do it, because we are in a social media age. There's no way that you can dance around this. Trust me, guys. You want to become masters of making these reels, because it's just going to grow your following, and it's going to grow your audience, and it's going to attract more clientele to your business. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not already, comment below any particular questions that maybe myself or a fellow subscriber can answer. And as always, I will see you guys back here on Monday next week for a new video. I'm planning on posting my first videos on my vlog channel, so be sure to check out Life with Kristen Marie. Of course, always will be linked down below. I love you, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.